Hey guys, welcome into this Panther Preview Spring Edition. I'm Frank Quarter here with Pascagoula head football coach Lewis Sims. Lewis, before we get started today, I wanted to give you an opportunity and our viewers too to recognize and pray for and to share their sympathies with Coach Cochran and his family.
Absolutely. You know, Coach Cochran lost his daughter Kerrigan this past week and just in a horrible accident out at Dauphin Island. And so if everybody would just keep him and his family in your prayers and thoughts, and you know, that's something that's really, really tough, and that nobody except those who have gone through it really understand it very much. And we just need him to know that we're here for him. Right. Panther Nation's got his back, and his family's back, and we're going to be here for him for the duration.
And we're definitely be in our prayers and our thoughts. And if you see Coach Cochran around, if you see his family around, definitely give him a hug, give him a word of encouragement, a prayer, and just be there for that family during this time. Coach, moving on now to spring. Next week starts spring training officially. You're kicking it off fully. You're hitting it hard starting next Monday.
Absolutely. You know, the weather's turned perfect. We have sunshiny days. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just right for some football weather. We're going to go out Monday and Tuesday in shorts as required by the state. We'll have about 2-hour practices each day. On Wednesday, we'll be in shells. And then Thursday, we're going to full metal jacket it. We're going to dress. We're going to go out full. We're going to scrimmage on Thursday, come out Friday and correct our mistakes in shorts one more time, and get ready for the powder puff game that starts at 5 o'clock on Friday the 29th. So. So that's just something to look forward to. But our guys have worked really hard this off season. You know, we had a couple of guys today get offered by Pearl River Community College. Great. Jeremy Flora got an offer from them, as well as Zach Hammer. And so those two guys have been you know, looking forward to spring. Get out there and just get after it and improve. And that's what everybody's really trying to do, because the opportunity for these guys to be seen by colleges as they come through is, you never know who's going to be standing under the porch watching everybody, and it really gives them incentive for those guys to go out and do their dead level best to improve.
Every time.
And you know, from a planning standpoint, our staff has met several times. We've gotten our schedules knocked out. We've you know, modified some things to change and just make it move faster, smoother from an operations standpoint. We've gone out and recruited some student assistants to get out there and help us, and we found that was one area that we really needed to work to make things run a little smoother, and we felt like we've done a pretty good job with that. But we'll see when we get out there. It's going to be fast and furious. I'm anxious to see how our guys respond to the speed of practice. And hopefully they'll respond well. But we've got everything basically ready to start.
So what position groups are you kind of watching for this spring?
Always offensive line. Building some depth in the offensive line is really big. You know, seeing some improvement in our receivers. You know, we lost several receivers last year. So those young guys stepping up, led by B.J. Barnes, that's going to be huge to see what they're able to do. But he's had a really good off season. And just seeing who else is going to step up out there and shine during the spring, so that we can just concentrate on those guys come summertime and continue to improve there. We think we're solid at the quarterback, solid at the running back position. Offensive line, of course, you know, we always are concerned about the depth there, because it's such a hard position to play. Defensively, our back end, you know, looking at you know, our defensive backs, at the improvement they've made, just understanding what we're trying to do in spring. Linebacker, building depth in the linebacker position as well. We need to get some depth there. But then our front five, you know, we think we've got a pretty good front five. We just got to build some depth there as well. And that's the big thing for us, is going into spring, we've got some guys penciled in. How are they going to bite?
Right.
You know, how are they
going to step up?
They've lifted weights, they've worked hard, they've run, they're faster, they're bigger, they're stronger. Now, are they going to carry that over into the spring? And when it's time to line up and make a play, are they going to be able to make a play? And so we've really focused on that 90% above the shoulders this off season, and I'm hoping to see that transfer in. But we're going to modify our schedule. We're still going to lift like it's an in-season time. So we're going to have our 2 days a week working our speed and working our strength and our explosiveness. We're still going to carry that throughout the spring. but we get 15 practices. 5 of those have to be in short, so we'll spend 3 of those this next week. And then the next 2 weeks, it's going to be almost as if we're in a regular game week.
Right.
So we'll go out and we'll go shells on Monday. Shells on Tuesday.
Sure.
We'll do shorts on Wednesday. Come out and go full metal jacket on Friday, and then shells again on Friday.
It's always fun too in the spring to see what that next class coming in from middle school kind of brings up too.
Right. We hope to get 25 to 30 of those guys out with us. Run them through the first week, get them in the shorts, see what they can do, and then physically match them up against guys that are about their same size, same strength, same speed. So it's not to overwhelm them, but just to expose them to the speed of the game, because we both know that when you go from middle school to ninth grade, there's a change. When you go from ninth grade to high school, there's a change. And high school to college to pro.
Right.
The speed of the game is what changes, because football is football. It's running, it's hitting, it's tackling.
Right.
It's catching, it's throwing. Those are the things that don't change, but the speed at which those things happen is where you really need to concentrate, and that's what we're going to focus on this spring, is doing things well and doing them fast.
So tell us, just for just a quick second here, how that spring game on May 13th will operate.
Okay, so Fairhope and Van Cleve are coming over. We're going to start out with our young guys first, about 5:30. We'll kick it off with Van Cleve. Pascagoula and Van Cleve's JVs will go against each other, JV ninth grade. Then at 6 o'clock, Fairhope and Van Cleve will tee it up, and they'll go for about 30 minutes with their JV young guys. At about 6:30, we'll get it warmed up, and the varsity will start about 7. So we'll go 7 o'clock, Van Cleve and Fairhope will go, then we'll go against Van Cleve varsity, and then we'll go against Fairhope, and then we'll go against Van Cleve last. Get Fairhope home and out of here, since they've got a little bit further to travel. So it'll be about 3-4 hours of football. About 4 good hours. We're gonna break it into plays and make sure everybody gets an equal number of plays, and are able to work on some situational things and some drives, and just get a flow of the game going.
So it should be a fun Friday night football for all the Panther fans that should come out and enjoy.
We would love to be able to get about 40 plays against Van Cleve, about 40 plays against Fairhope, and on both sides, and about 80 total plays, both offensively and defensively. So that's about almost a full game there, but it'll test us for sure, and we'll be able to see how we're stacking up going into in the fall.
So, Coach, we're going to go visit now with Coach Hogan and Coach Sisson, and we'll come back and be back with you in a couple of weeks and see how spring training is going as we head into this spring game on May 13th.
All right, thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Coach.
Appreciate it.
Hey guys, we're visiting now with Coach Randy Hogan Jr. Coach Hogan is our inside linebackers coach. Coach, thanks for your time today.
It's a pleasure.
You're out there hustling with the kids out there today, doing training, get ready for spring training. Before we get into the position conversation, how does it feel to be a coach who used to play out here at the War?
I mean, it's truly a blessing to be a part of a great coaching staff and be a part of a staff that coached me, some of the guys that were here when I played.
Yeah, I remember watching you, man. You were a beast out there, and you went on to play for La Tech, and you showed out. So it's good to have you back here on our sidelines, kind of imparting your wisdom to our next generation of players. Tell us about some of your position group, how things are progressing this offseason.
From a mental standpoint, I feel like our guys are growing. We had some of the guys that didn't have that much varsity experience, but coming on throughout the season, they grow and matured as the season went on. So that's a big thing. They're getting bigger and stronger. Of course, they come with time. So I'm excited to see what they put out this year and this spring.
So this spring, you've been focusing a lot on speed training, but also on the weight room. Anybody kind of stood out yet for you?
It's still neck and neck.
So neck and neck out there. As far as heading into spring training, how's your depth look?
We got a couple guys looking at some possibly younger guys to come up and play. So this should be pretty exciting to just see how things shake out.
And this will be your second season
Yes,
with us here as the Panther coach, and you'll get to see also some middle schoolers come up and also see how they can kind of fit in. What are you looking forward to this year as it comes to moving or taking the next step with this unit?
Just seeing who can take control and lead the defense. Because, I mean, we had a guy, K-Ron Leverett, that was here before I was here.
Yeah.
And he was, like, basically the man of the defense. Like, he got everybody in control and but just getting everybody on one
Right.
point, and just that was the biggest thing I think that's missing for a linebacker. Like, you have to be the quarterback of the defense.
That's
So
right.
looking forward to see which guy that'll be.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time today. Thanks for joining us. We're going to come back and talk with Coach Larry Sisson. He's our quarterbacks coach, so stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to this Panther preview. Joining us now is Coach Larry Sisson. Coach Sisson is our quarterbacks coach. Coach, thanks for your time today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you've been with us now for a couple of years. You've been very effective, I think, from coaching up our young quarterbacks. What are you seeing during this offseason that kind of sparks your attention going into this spring training?
The dedication by a lot more young men this offseason compared to last. Last offseason we only had a couple of receivers, and then obviously Silas was with me 2 or 3 days a week last year. We've had a lot more receivers come with me and Silas Tuesdays and Thursdays since about January. We've probably had consistently at least 5 or 6 of them come, so that's just great to see.
So on the offensive side of the ball, what are you looking for this spring?
Productiveness from the receivers, because we have a whole new receiving group, looking for some guys to step up, and just consistency. My biggest thing is consistency going to be this spring.
As far as going forward, we got Keelan Parnell, we got Silas Corder. Who else is kind of in your mix to kind of be the future Panther, if you will?
Well, like we said, we got Keelan. He's coming off a little shoulder injury, so we'll see how that goes going into spring and summer. Obviously, Silas is with us, and he's going to be a sophomore, so I'm really excited about him. And then we got Jared Loper coming up from middle school, and we're going to try and get him a few reps here and there.
And that's always a fun thing, because when you come from middle school into high school, that's a whole different learning curve. The speed of the game changes. But having those young guys kind of get in the system, it always helps out your team long term. As far as the spring game goes, what's kind of your focus on this May 13th spring game?
Like I said before, just consistency, making the right decision from the quarterback perspective, just making the right decisions, consistently making the right decision. And from a receiver standpoint, because I'll be helping out with receivers a little bit since Coach Merrill's at golf, just aggressiveness for sure. And then just the ability to make plays. We got a whole new set of receivers, and we're looking to see who's going to make some plays for us. And
as a young guy, I'm still calling you a young guy. You've been around this community for quite some time. You played at RCS. You went to play at Perk. How much fun is it to kind of come back and kind of be the guy over a position that you excelled at?
It's fantastic. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I walked into a great situation with Keelan. He's a tremendous athlete. And then Silas, I couldn't be more pleased with how hard he works and his dedication, and just how much he's grew from last year to this year already, and we haven't even got to play yet. And just kind of giving these guys some knowledge and just bringing them some reality to, like you said, a young guy like myself. I feel like I can relate to them a little bit more than some of the older guys, and I think they understand that, and they want to hear more about what I have to say, just because they feel like they can relate to me just a little bit more.
Right. Well, thanks for your time today, Coach. We appreciate you very much, and thank you for watching here on this Panther Preview Spring Edition, Episode 4. Be sure to mark your calendars now. May 13th is a spring game right here at the War. Get your tickets. We'll see you next time.